Okay, guys, we are back with season 2, episode 2 of the Shmackin podcast. Sitting here with our newly, appointed pro fighter out of Valhalla, Coenie Lamprecht. This is the second interview we're doing with you now. Coenie just had a fight now at the EFC Contender Series where he won, which in turn has gotten him his pro contract with EFC. Tell us about your fight, dude. How did it go?
It went great. I got the only first round finish of the night. I felt amazing. My striking felt super clean. I was closing distance well, landing what I wanted to land. And once I got the fight to the ground, it was all me. I had absolutely no worries from there. It was also a great experience fighting in the EFC cage, under the EFC lights. And it awarded me the contract, made me the youngest pro fighter currently in the country. So,
let's go.
Quite cool.
Let's go. And your prep up to that, it was quite a camp, eh?
Yeah, a 3-month camp. My best camp ever. Like, it was mostly striking based the whole camp. Not because my striking was bad, but I just wanted to make it that extra level up and try and match it to my grappling. So
look,
the camp was great.
I would say honestly, you're probably one of the better all-round fighters that are out there at the moment.
Thank you.
You don't have like a lot of people think that that because you come from Valhalla, you more groundwork and because of your extensive grappling background. But a lot of people underestimate your stand-up, which is good. But dude, you got a phenomenal stand-up. I mean, you can see that you've put a lot of time into it and worked on it, and that's what makes a good pro fighter, man.
Yeah, thank you.
know?
Yeah, I think we get to the point in MMA now where like you can't be just a grappler or a striker anymore. You need to be an MMA fighter because that's how it is. We're evolving in the sport.
Yeah, you got to be able to deal with whatever comes your way in the cage. So we are sitting over here. One thing we're going to do is a little bit later in the podcast, we're going to be sitting and signing this bad boy, which is Coenie's contract, 6-fight contract with EFC. Massive shout out to EFC, Graham, Ash. Guys put on a really good show. They always have. We've always been happy to work with them. We've always had a good bunch of our guys from the gym working in the background as well, doing gloves, strapping and all of that. So, we've always had a really good relationship with EFC and, we love the guys there. Tao's always helping us out as well. Rowena always helping us out. So massive shout out to all of them. They're really a bunch of nice guys and gals and, we're happy to work with them. They always look after us and give us good advice and always helping us out.
Yes,
which is good. We love that. It's all about. I tell you now, in the sport, dudes, it's all about relationships. Make good relationships with people, and you'll get far in the sport. Outside of that, we also had another fighter who was fighting on the Contender Series card. Unfortunately, lost, but even with the loss, it was a really, really good fight. Very technical fight against a very good technical fighter, JJ. Brian from our gym, Brian Guavava, had a brilliant fight against JJ. Brilliant. He took it all the way. I don't have a complaint about the fight. Obviously it didn't go our way. JJ is a really good technical fighter, ground specialist.
Yeah,
Coenie's gone up against him a couple of times. Coenie also cross trains with him. We love the whole Carriganides family. Katie, Bobby, we love all of them. They're such an amazing family, and they give so much to the sport as well. Nothing bad to say about them. We just thank you for taking the fight. Let's just say that. It's like, thanks for taking the fight and giving us
JJ was just better or not. He mixed it up more. He
100%.
Did what Brian. He realized that Brian's weakness was on the ground. He exploited it, and he won the fight. But like Coach Shane said, Brian's also got his pro contract because he showed EFC that he's got the talent, he's got the technique, and it's just a small adjustments he needs to make. But we're excited for this next chapter, definitely. Like, I'm going for to be the youngest EFC champion now, which is currently held by JP Base, who got it at 19, I think, like 6 months or 8 months or something. There. So I'm going to attempt to get it before I turn 19, which means I'm going to fight almost every single month, which is great. Why not? You shouldn't have to worry about fighting if you're a good fighter. Like, I want to go next week again if I can. Like, you should always be fit. You should always be in camp. And if you enjoy it, you're going to fight well. That's why I'm happy to fight every single month. Get my title fight 10th of October, hopefully, and be the youngest champion if all goes well.
Yeah, so guys, exactly what Coenie's saying is right. It's something I've always tried to promote at the gym. It's one thing that pisses me off about fighters is the guys that go and fight and then they want to take like a 3-month vacation after they fight. It doesn't make sense to me. If you weren't injured in your fight, why do you need time off? Take 2-3 days, go and do your calorie smash, go and do whatever you want, go and eat whatever you want, go and have your 3 days worth of it. But get back at it. Let's go and sign the next fight.
If it was a tough fight, or
even a week. But if you walk away without injuries, get back as fast as you can.
100%.
Get back as fast as you can and get the next fight done. You've only got a certain time period in the sport. Your longevity in the sport is not forever. You've got a couple of years in the sport. Make the most of it. Get as many fights as you can. The more fights you get, the closer to title you get. From title in this organization, you go to title in the next organization. Otherwise, you're wasting your life, man. You're wasting your time. Just get at it. Don't take 3 weeks off. And you know what? I said this out of personal experience. A lot of our guys, and I'm talking amateurs, not even pros, they're going to have a fight at an amateur organization. After they fight, you don't see them at the gym for 3 weeks. It doesn't make sense. Come on, guys. Come on, just get back at it, man. Here's an 18-year-old kid, and he's already amped to go and fight in May. We're already booking fights for him in May. If he could fight next week, he would.
Yeah, 100%.
He would.
Cut the weight and I'm in there.
He would.
That's all I have
And that's what you got to do. You got to be hungry, man. If you want something, go and get it. Because nobody's going to give it to you. You got to work for it. What I wanted to ask you as well is, how did your parents react to your win and your contract?
Jeez. My mom cried after the fight. So did I, because I heard some of the EFC guys talk about me getting my contract before I even got it. So it was already like confirmed for me.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, damn, okay, I just got this. This is insane. Because, like, this for me is my career. Like, the fact that I got my contract now is showing me that I am going in the right path. I'm finally a professional athlete, which is something I've been working towards for a long time. And it caused me to not pass my exams and stuff, to not do well in academics, to not be able to go study further. So I kind of committed to this 3 years ago. Just because I realized, like, I'm not gonna finish school properly. I'm not gonna get a good academic job like an engineer or something else. And I also thought to myself, do I really want to go sit and work for someone and say yes, boss, every 5 minutes and just do that? No, I don't. I want to fight. This is what I wanted to do. So the fact that I got this contract for me showed, okay, cool. Now I can fight. I can make money. I can start making my life and achieving even more than I ever thought I was capable of. So for my parents, especially my mum, my dad, they were almost in tears because they also saw, okay, cool, my son's achieving it.
But not only your mum and dad, your brother.
Yes, my little brother was in the cage. He just came and hugged me. And it was like so amazing because the funny thing is, I threw my spinning heel kick at the start of the fight. And he, before my fight, my brother told me, listen, Coenie, I want you to knock him out of a spinning heel kick. And I'm like, okay, I'll see. And then I didn't even think about it in the fight, but like subconsciously, I was just like, okay, let's go. But yeah, my brother was, like, he was hysteric. Like, he was so happy because he's also a fighter and he also wants to get to that point. And I think the fact that I let him be in my corner and the fact that he can be in that environment is hopefully going to help him and show him, okay, listen, if I want to be here, I need to train as hard as my brother does. I need to put in just as much time as he does. So it was really, really cool for my whole family. Even the people that weren't there, like my grand called me immediately afterwards, also said, Coenie, I'm so happy for you. I knew you could do this. And even people I haven't spoken to in years in my family that have kind of lost contact with me, messaged me, called me afterwards, said how proud they are of me. And it was quite amazing.
Yeah, look, man, it was, you could see the pride on your brother's face. So his brother's now 12?
Yeah, it's turning 13
so
October.
He's 12, turning 13, and we took him to the pro event, to the Contender Series, which was basically a pro event. The way they set it up, it's very professional, exactly the way they would do an EFC fight night. And he was with us backstage in the warm-up areas. He was walking out. He walked out to the cage with us. He went into the cage afterwards, and he just had a blast. You could see it. He just had a massive blast. He was just having such a great time. And that's what we want, is we want that up and coming generation to start feeling what it's about and seeing what it's about and seeing where they can go. There's opportunities for them. Yeah. It's not just that they have to, exactly like Coenie says, that you have to go and work for a boss. There are other things in life you can do. There are, and you can get out there and go and do it. But again, you got to get off your ass and go and do it. Nothing's gonna just get handed to you. You know, you don't become a pro fighter by just hopes and dreams. You got to get out there and go and do it. You know, a lot of people always see the tip of the iceberg, where this guy's a pro. Oh, but they don't see the hard work, the broken fingers, the broken toes, the sore knees, the sore elbows, the lower back problems, the neck problems. They don't see that. You know, and all of the fighters go through that. It's crazy the amount of, you know, we are so used to injuries at this point that we don't even go to doctors anymore. We doctor ourselves. If something's sore, we fix it.
Super glue.
Yeah, we don't go to doctors anymore. We tape things up and we just fix stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's almost like we are wartime medics, where we just bandage and close up stuff ourselves. You know, if you get a cut, super glue that thing.
Yeah, like if any fighter ever says that they went into a fight injury free, they are lying. Like they've definitely got some type of injury,
something sore,
a broken toe or something. And if you're like a proper fighter, won't be like Conor McGregor, who's like, my toe's broken, I'm out. No, a fighter will most likely fight through it because it's what we do.
That's why you got other fingers, so you can tape them together, so you got support.
Exactly.
But look, we're all excited for your career, and we know where we're going with it. We want to get to the UFC. Brian as well. Brian's also got what it takes, man. Brian's sitting in that situation now where he's trying to do academics at the same time, but he's already told us that this is what he wants. This is what he wants to do. He's hungry, and Brian's hungry. Like straight after his loss, he was already calling us and telling us that he
wants to start again. He wants to get back
start again, and he's going to start putting in 8 hours a day.
And we actually had to tell him, listen, you can't really do that. You need to give your body time you need to not overtrain as well. Like I was like this, where I did not give myself time to recover. And that's also why this fight camp was better, because I allowed myself like a rest day every now and then so that I've got recovery. Because I was one of those people, I trained 7 days a week. I didn't take any days off. Now I try to, like, if I feel, okay, my body should like, I'll take a day.
Just so my body something I've told you recovers. Guys continuously is...
Yeah, you cut me out about every day.
When you train, you've got to listen to your body. Your body's speaking to you. It's telling you something. Is that, okay, you know, you'll get those feelings. You'll get those aches where your whole body's sore. And like when I'm saying sore, I mean it's like bad sore, and your body's telling you, listen, just take a day.
Yeah.
You know, take 24 hours and do nothing.
And it helps.
Just go and do it. And it really does. Recovery happens in rest. That's where it happens, you know. And you know, I said this to somebody now during the week. The other thing that guys need to also remember, and Brian was talking to us about this. He was telling us about his diet, what he was eating before the fight. For you to professional athlete, you have to math eat, which means you have to calculate things. You have to know what is my calories I'm putting in per day. You got to work on these things.
If you're not cutting weight or anything, you don't even have to track it. But the thing is, like, people need to remember is, and this is also why I allow myself, like, after fight, like, I'll take 3 days for this, whatever I want. Because then it reminds me how bad food makes you feel. Like, you don't feel good. You don't have energy. If you just eat proper foods and high protein foods, you must remember, MMA athletes are some of the most active people on the planet. But my daily calorie burn is like 3,000 plus, like 3,000, 3,200. And we calculate that like with the heart rate monitor thingies, everything. Now, if you don't put that in, or if you put that 3,000 calories in, but you eat like donuts all day, you're not going to feel good. But if you eat a high protein diet, you eat good clean carbs, then you're going to feel like a champ, like a beast every time you train. Like that's also one of the things. Like this fight camp, I made sure that my nutrition was on point. I'll have cheat days and stuff, because your body also needs to just eat something else. Like you can't eat just broccoli and steak for like however long. You need to give yourself a piece of cake every now and then, you know what I mean? So you need to allow yourself to have a cheat day every now and then as well.
It's also a psychological thing.
Exactly.
You give yourself that boost,
that break.
Good food does put you in a good mood. That's why you get things like comfort food, because it puts you in a good mood. It lifts your spirits. Exactly. And you need to lift your spirits from time to time. Otherwise, you're living in this dwelled out, dark situation where, I got to eat this, I got to eat that. You know, give yourself that pep, man. You need it.
Every Saturday,
but you can't have fat cake every day.
Exactly. You can't have fat cake or millipop every day. But yeah, guys,
listen, like, you know, Coenie's experience, like Listen, if you know this guy and he's telling you about his diet, that's all I get from this guy. He just speaks to me and sends me pictures about food all the time. But he's discovered that you can eat good and clean at the same time. Like you can eat flipping good food and it's clean.
You can also eat like I tested this like for all week, right? I ate ice cream every single night, but I made sure I had like one serving size and it stayed in my macros. So I made sure, okay, it's not going over my calories. I'm still under 2,400 because I was slowly busy cutting and stuff as well, and I was still losing weight. Like you can eat whatever you want, just make sure you eat a certain amount of protein, certain amount of fats, and moderation of carbs, and you're good to go. You but just like do some research on your diet and stuff, guys. Like it's important.
Yeah, so, the best way to think about it is your average person is, let's compare it to vehicles. Your average person is a VW Polo. Now you're busy training as an MMA athlete to actually fight. So you're not a VW Polo. You're now a sports car. And when you go to the garage in your VW Polo, you're going to put 93. But if you've got a sports car, you're going to go smash 95 in it because you need a high-performance fuel to drive your high-performance vehicle. So
100%.
Same with your body. You need high-performance food to drive your high-performance body that you are busy using every day to do a high-performance sport. So, if you think about it like that, it starts making a lot more sense.
Yeah,
but,
think we can get to the signing.
Let's sign this
Let's
contract.
do this.
We actually both need to sign. I need to sign as witness for you.
Yeah. So I'll start it off. I'll put my name and everything on this.
And then just jump straight to the back of the
100%
contract where we can sign off. Don't put your ID number on yet. Just show it to the screen once you got your name on.
There you go, guys. Coenie Lamprecht.
Fold out,
Soon
baby.
to be perfectly signed.
And now jump to the back. You can pull for
yes.
that later. Go right to the last page. Let me sign as witness.
Perfect. There we go. He's going to sign as the witness for the signing.
Witness signed, and now the fighter.
100%.
Man, we are excited for this. We've been waiting for this a long time.
Name filled in. And there we go, guys. And now we just
show that to the screen.
Yeah.
We are in. We are officially signed
signed to the EFC. Youngest pro fighter signed.
Let's go. So, Graham, Ash, we're coming for you. We're coming for you.
We're going to start booking fights, Baba.
We want those fights, baby. We've already calculated out. We want May, June, July, August.
September we take off.
August contention.
And October we fight for that title, baby.
September off so that we can put a good camp in for that title fight in October.
Yes.
Which is the same month he turns 19. Then we're going to take November off so we can prepare for title defense in December. Within 1 year.
And also flyweights, be ready. If I was you, I would train some grappling. I'm going to tap you guys out, all of you.
Let's go.
Be ready.
Let's go. What else do we need to cover?
I don't actually think...
Brian, don't worry, Brian. Brian's going to also be on a follow-up podcast. He'll be on for a second time as well, where we'll also sit with his contract and sign his contract. And also work out a game plan for him to also start climbing those ranks. Again, guys, Brian's also a brilliant all-round fighter. Good wrestling, good grappling. He was just unfortunate on the night, but let me tell you what, we know what we got to go home and fix, and we will definitely fix it. Brian also cross-trains at a couple of places, so watch out for Brian as well. Let's not throw him away either.
Featherweights, bantamweights, actually. Be ready for him.
And then outside of that, we've also got... Listen, guys, our gym's always 1, 2, or 3 within the grappling community. We've got a lot of tournaments coming up. Yeah, we've got Sub Kings coming up this weekend.
Sorry, I just want to say that can people please register in my divisions? Like, I really want points for Sub Kings, but there's no one there. There's like one guy. I had to go back into intermediate from advanced just so I can get more fights. So please register, guys.
And all of the guys who entered, all of the youth that entered for the Youth MMA Championships this past weekend, thank you. Thank you very much. We've got another one coming up now on the 5th of April. Please, youth, you need to get your youth records up. You have to. What was your youth record? 24 and 4. 24 and 4. 24 and 4. He had 28 fights and got himself to youth world champion. Guys, you got to get your records up. I'm not saying it's the only thing that is a selection criteria for you to get onto the national or the provincial team, but it is something that we do consider when we look at the athletes. It is something we do consider. We want guys who have got experience, who are going to go overseas and go and fight. We want those guys. You know, the more experience that you've got, you know, when you go over there, you've got some of these youth that have got crazy records. You know, you've got 12-year-olds that are running around there with collie ears, and guys, get your records up. Go and fight. You know, it's experience is the father of lessons. Go and get out there and learn. You know, one fight in the cage is going to teach you a lot about yourself and your skill level, and it'll almost directly show you what your gaps are in your game. Straight after that fight, you'll know, geez, no guys, I need to go work on my takedowns, or I need to go work on my grappling, or I need to go work on my boxing or my striking. You know, it's something that it teaches you a lot, and that's how you get better, is by constant competing. You know, Coenie, every time we get a chance, we put him in the cage. Every chance we get to a grappling tournament, he goes and enters 2-3 divisions. And you look at some of the guys that train out of our gym, our youth. It's the same with Tegan. It's the same with Joseph. It's the same with Wade and Chris. You know, we got all of these youngsters that are coming up that have got such high level already. If you looked at if you were at the WAMAC this weekend, you know, our Valhalla guys had some of the best fights on the day, simply because of their technicality. Even when they're going up against each other, it's such technical fights. It's
even
like
the new guys,
pro fights. Even some of our new guys that we've been putting some time in. Crazy. But you got to get, and guys, if you want to get any of your kids into a good program, there's so many gyms around South Africa. Our gym is based in Joburg, South here in Alberton. Bring your kids through, come and give them something. You know what, if there's one thing that this sport does give any human being, is confidence. You know, you can walk into a room and not feel intimidated by anybody. You know, and if you look at some of my 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, when they walk into a place, you can see that they just got chest out. They got confidence, you know. They know that they can handle themselves. So, yeah, get your youth in. Could any last words from you?
No, I think that's it, guys. Thanks for watching this and all the support. Yeah, to everyone that was messaging me, tagging me and stuff before and after my fight, I really appreciate it, guys. It gave me just something else to fight for. To all my people at the gym, my friends, my family, thanks again for all of that. To all my sponsors again, FDSS, S&T Sports, and also A-Still, which is my uncle's company, has also started sponsoring me recently. Thanks to all of you guys. I really appreciate it. Speaking of sponsors, guys, if anybody wants to get involved on sponsorship levels with Coenie, with Brian, with the gym, with any of the athletes in our gym, just get a hold of myself, 037222704. But you can find my contact details, the gym's contact details, all over the place. Yeah, DM us anywhere. We'll be in touch. You can see we're sporting EFC shirts for today because we're signing contracts. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and stay in touch, stay healthy, train hard, and enter events, guys. Support our community. All right, have a good one. Thank you, guys. Cheers.